the last lap.
Our coverage starts at 5:30 on your home for the Milwaukee Bucks. News Radio 620 WTMJ Milwaukee.
It's 1 o'clock and 27 degrees in Milwaukee. Today, sunny skies, high at 28. Tonight, mostly clear. We'll dip down to 12 degrees by the lake, 7 inland. Partly cloudy tomorrow at a high of 29. From the WTMJ Breaking News Center, I'm Jessica Ty. Space heaters are blamed for a large apartment fire early this morning in Milwaukee's far northwest side. The fire at the Willow Court Apartments near 89th and Lynx forced 20 people to evacuate. Investigators say space heaters being too close to flammable materials sparked those flames. Battalion Chief Nicholas Trout says they had to rescue 3 people from a balcony.
We had an apartment filled with residents at the time of arrival. Beyond the complexity of fighting a fire, we also had the fact that we were trying to get a bunch of people rescued from that building as well.
No injuries reported, but the Red Cross is helping 7 people who live there. Hard questions for Milwaukee Public Schools regarding lead cleanup. At today's Public Safety and Health Committee, Alderwoman Malele Coggs asked members of the Milwaukee Health Department to provide parents at Golda Meir School up-to-date information on cleanup efforts to get rid of lead dust.
I would just say I would encourage you all to find even more ways to be communicative directly with those parents whose children are at these impacted schools. And that's also because the questions we've been able to ask you here today, these are same questions a lot of parents have.
The health department plans to check the school this weekend. The deadline to fully clean Golda Meir of lead dust was yesterday. Another water main break in West Allis. The main break on 117th and Hayes is near Nathan Hale High School. Officials say the school's water service is not expected to be impacted, but people who live west of 117th between Harrison and Hayes will be without water until that water main is repaired. Work on the main should be completed, in about 25 minutes here at 1:30. Road repairs will take place next week. This spring will mark the final graduation ceremony for Northland College in Ashland.
Declining enrollment and soaring costs have led the private environmental liberal arts college to close its doors. Interim President Barb Lundberg tells WTMJ the focus now is supporting students.
Having a transfer and teach-out fair, sessions on completing applications and financial aid.
She hopes the college's 133 years on the shores of Lake Superior will have a lasting legacy on
the students it serves, definitely, but also, an impact on our region and the flavor that you feel when you're up here.
Jessica Gatso, WTMJ News.
Another promising update on the Pope's health, this time directly from his doctors.
The Pope's medical team telling reporters his condition isn't life-threatening, but that he's not yet out of the woods. This comes as the 88-year-old pontiff marked a full week in hospital with a double pneumonia on top of chronic bronchitis. According to the Vatican, the Pope has been getting up and out of bed to eat. It's still unclear when he will return to work or if he could decide to step down like his predecessor did. Inez de la Cuchara, ABC News, at the Foreign Desk.
A frightening incident leaves multiple people hurt at a resort in Hawaii.
Trouble in paradise. An explosion at a Hawaii beachside condo resort in a popular tourist area has injured some people and left a pile of debris. Police say the explosion happened Thursday night at the Ashton at the Whaler Resort in West Maui. David Flint was nearby at the time.
We were swimming down in the pool down at the Sheraton, and suddenly there was just like this huge earth-shaking boom.
7 people ranging in age from 18 to 74 were hurt in the explosion, 3 of them critically. Jim Crisula, CBS News.
Trouble in paradise. Trouble on the markets as well. The Dow is down more than 730 points to 43,446. S&P 500 is down more than 90 points to 6,026. And the NASDAQ is down 358 points to 19,604. Ouch. Financial planning at every level. Annex Comprehensive Wealth. Annex Private Client. Annex Ignite. Details at annexwealth.com. Sports, traffic, and weather are next. Outdoor Living Unlimited WTMJ News Time is 1:05.
If you're living with joint pain in your shoulders, hips, elbows, and knees, and you have Medicare or Medicaid insurance, coming to Rejuvenex to solve your pain problems is something you should strongly consider. First off, because our FDA-approved pain treatments have been shown in many cases to be highly effective at reducing inflammation and substantially alleviating pain. Secondly, Medicare and Medicaid cover Rejuvenex treatments, so your cost could be nothing, or next to nothing at all. Chronic pain will only worsen with age. This leads to a far more compromised lifestyle, depression, and soon they start talking surgery. And then what? You have to get in front of arthritis and chronic pain, because the sooner you do, by letting us begin to calm those pain points, the better. I'm Rejuvenex founder Richard Salinas, and we can alleviate your pain so you can rejuvenate your life.
Alleviate your pain, rejuvenate your life.
Go to rejuvenex.com to request your free pain evaluation.
Get ready to fiesta with Margarita Week at Blue Bat Kitchen in Tequileria, February 17th to 22nd. Sip on their loaded Blue Bat Margarita. Plus, buy any 2 handhelds and get a free firecracker chicken bow. Happy hour runs Monday to Friday, 2 to 6 p.m., and daily specials include $3 margaritas and free chips and salsa. Wrap it all up on National Margarita Day, Saturday, February 22nd, with live music and more. Visit Blue Bat Kitchen in Tequileria in Milwaukee's 3rd Ward for the ultimate margarita celebration. Get all the info at bluebatkitchen.com.
What we've found is that when you have workers who feel valued, you get better results. And we're going to make sure you feel important and valued too, with excellent customer service and high quality work.
We keep you safe, warm, and dry. Semper Fi.
Amazon Business offers smart business buying solutions, so you can spend more time growing your business and less time doing the admin. Learn more at amazonbusiness.com.
I'm Brett Matschke, and you're due for service.
Rich Lawns.
Time for a WTMJ Sports Update from the Gruber Law Office's One Call, That's All Sports Desk. Night 2 of a back-to-back for the Bucks and a reunion of sorts. The Bucks are in the nation's capital to face the Washington Wizards. Chris Middleton will make his Wizards debut against his former team.
I am going to be here as a mentor and whatnot, but, I want Wizards fans to know that I'm not here just to be a mentor. I'm here to be a basketball player and compete out there and help win games.
Still kind of hurts to lose him. Coverage of tonight's game begins at 5:30 right here on WTMJ. The Brewers begin Cactus League play tomorrow afternoon in Arizona. You can hear the game on WTMJ with coverage starting at 2. College basketball tonight. The 16th-ranked Marquette Golden Eagles are on the road at Villanova. Hear the game on 94.5 ESPN at 6. And the 11th-ranked Wisconsin Badgers host Oregon tomorrow morning at 11. Badger Sports Update sponsored by Siding Unlimited, siding, and a whole lot more. Now we're going to take a look at the roads with your WTMJ Johnson & Sons paving time saver traffic. We've done pretty well so far. I almost don't want to say it out loud because I don't want to jinx it, but we really haven't had many crashes today. We have a handful of disabled vehicles, and as I take a new peek, that's still the same. No crashes out on the system. The one disabled vehicle that we're still dealing with, I-43 North, a little bit beyond Layton. Right shoulder is blocked due to a car that's broken down there. We've got another one, I-94 West at the ramp from Wisconsin 67. The right shoulder is blocked due to a broken car. And also down in the Kenosha area, 4194 South, a little bit beyond Wisconsin 158. Right shoulder is blocked there. And in that case, it's a big box truck. So some people are kind of slowing down just to take a peek and see what's going on. Here's your WTMJ 5-day forecast today. Sunny skies. We love that. High of 28. It's feeling better. Tonight, mostly clear. We'll dip down to 12 degrees by the lake, 7 inland. Tomorrow, partly cloudy at a high of 29. And then we're really going to warm things up. Sunday, it's mostly cloudy, but a high of 38. Monday, mostly cloudy, slight chance for rain in the evening hours, high of 43. And then Tuesday, mostly cloudy, and a high of 44. Right now, it is 25 degrees in Racine, 30 in Waukesha, and 27 right here in downtown Milwaukee. I'm Jessica Ty. Outdoor Living Unlimited. WTMJ News Time is 1:09.
65,498 square miles. We've got a lot to cover, so let's get to it. This is Spanning the State, and here are your hosts, Kristin, Brey, and Brian Noonan.
Good afternoon. Happy Friday. We made it.
Thank goodness.
Almost. We got 2 hours.
2 hours is nothing.
2 hours is
I
nothing.
figure I'm there. We're already home.
The weather is better.
It's going to be 40s
Didn't even
on
have to
Monday.
zip up my coat today. It was great.
Really?
Well, I didn't have that far to walk.
All right.
From the garage to the
I'm still
car.
contemplating putting the hood up during the show.
Are you that cold?
I am. I'm always cold now. I'm not
Is
eating.
it part of this diet?
I'm not eating as much now.
I was going to say, is it part of this diet that you're just like, well, now I have to cover myself in layers every day?
I'm wasting away to nothing, Kristin. So I feel the cold more than I used to.
Just to chill through my bones. All right. Well, we have a very fun show today.
Yes, we do.
We're changing up the political power half hour. Steve Scafidi is on assignment.
Yes.
And so instead, we caught up with our teammate from 101.7 The Truth, Tori Lowe, who's going to be here to join us to talk, well, not in person, because his show's on.
His show's on
He's
right
also
now.
on right now. But earlier today, we caught up with him, and we're going to talk a little bit about MPS's decision going forward with what the judge said as far as getting SROs in the building as of next week.
Right.
And then also trying to explain what the heck is going on with the Housing Authority, because that sounds like a mess.
Yes, and Tori does not hold back. So we will. It was a lot of fun. We'll get into that at 1:30. Then we're going to spin around the state, and then all right. I know sometimes I sound old because I am. Sometimes I sound old because I just cannot fathom what's going on with the younger generation. I worry about them, and we saw a story yesterday, and this really has me troubled for the future. Listen, I'm already troubled for the future of this country on a lot of notes. This just added to my list of things I have to worry about, and maybe you'll find it.
You're worried
odd
about
too.
soft skills.
Yeah, very soft skills, like the most basic soft skills, like a soft skill that starts with hello. Derek Mosley, we will share his Black History Month fact. And because you've heard us say throughout the month, man, I never learned about that. Well, there's a new book that's going to help you learn about something and teach your kids about something, because it's a kid's book that will keep you and your children in the future from saying, boy, I never learned about that. So we'll talk about that. And then it's Friday, and we got to end the week with a fun little game. This is a game, it's an original.
It's a Brian Noonan original.
Well, so I'll give it Spanning the State original. It's never been played before because I just wrote it last night. Wisconsin says what?
Okay. Is there any more than you're going to give, or do people stay tuned?
Stay tuned, but overall, we'll give you a hint of what a Wisconsin-centric phrase is used for. You tell us that phrase.
Oh. All right.
So I think, you'll be able to.
I'll be able to do it fine.
You'll be fine.
All right.
If you've lived in Wisconsin, listen, I don't live in Wisconsin, and I knew most of these. So what does that tell you?
Yeah.
All right.
Well, you came up with them, so.
Well, I had
unless you got some sneaky Chicago fib stuff in there.
I fib was one of the things fib was one of the ones I looked at, and I was like, I've only said it the way we can't really say it on the show.
In reference to yourself?
Well, that's how it was presented to me originally,
okay.
And that's how if I hear fib, that's what goes into my head.
I'm trying to think. We'll think of other things that fib could, the different acronyms for it. Friends in
basement.
Yes.
Friends in basements. Yeah. So that'll be fun, and it'll be a good way for us to end the week. And then we got to get in. Listen, it's Friday. I'm sure you have another joke. And I've heard that you want to make good on.
I have to make up for it because I was distracted while I was telling my joke on my Instagram story this morning, and I told the punchline wrong, and I didn't realize that I told the punchline wrong, so I posted it per usual, and then I started getting feedback being like, "What?" So I will tell the right joke later today.
Please tell the right joke, because I only say this out of experience. The punchline is the important part, and if that
it
gets
is the
screwed
important
up,
part. It is the important part to not have people going, "What? Huh?"
Yeah.
So, anyways, but I am finally at the end, I think, of whatever I've been battling this week and last weekend, as far as I think it's a cold, because I didn't necessarily get tested. Mike had gotten tested for COVID.
Okay.
And since I got it from him, it wasn't COVID. We did not get RSV tests as far as, so like it's something, but it didn't take me out. But I am not alone.
No.
Like, I don't know if your immediate friend group and social group, but it just seems like everyone and their mother has been sick over the last month with something, whether it's norovirus, whether it's the flu, whether it's COVID, whether it's something. And so when we come back, we're going to talk a little bit about basically it's not just Wisconsin, it's not just the nation, as far as how sick people are with more things than just your common cold. So stay tuned when we get into that after this.
The Upswing with Jeff Sherman.
We're talking with Alex Wenzel from Lion's Tail Brewing Company. You have a yoga partner. Is that just in Tosa or is that in Neenah too?
Yeah, we try all different kinds of things. You never know what's going to work. Bingo, and we do an Oktoberfest up in Neenah and food trucks all the time. You just keep trying things and trying to reach different people and see what works.
Everyone's doing beer yoga these days.
Weekdays from 10 to 11 on WTMJ. Presented by Horicon Bank, the natural choice for all your banking needs.
How would you like to own a jewelry store?
Kessler's Diamonds is an employee-owned company.
And Kessler's is growing. Are you the kind of person we're looking for?
Does it make you happy to make other people happy?
Are you a problem solver?
Would you like to wake up every morning knowing that you're going to help a lot of people find joy today?
Kessler's Diamonds is people serving people.
Keep in mind that Kessler's is owned by its employees. So let me ask you this. Are you a good enough leader that you can be an owner who leads other owners?
Don't worry, you don't have to know about diamonds. We can teach you about diamonds. But the people we're looking for aren't looking for a job.
Did someone pop into your head just now?
Do you think you might know who we're looking for?
Give that person a call.
Send them an email.
Tell them to walk into Kessler's Diamonds and say to the person who greets them,
I think I want to work here.
Welcome to Kessler's.
A fantastic place to buy jewelry and a wonderful place to work.
For the store nearest you, visit KesslersDiamonds.com.
Staying active, essential for overall health. Proper medical support, essential for staying active. WTMJ's Vince Vitrano for Orthopedic Associates of Wisconsin. Whether it's keeping a weekend warrior like me on the tennis court or keeping young athletes in the game, you want the best in sports medicine, that's OAW. Surgeons, nurses, and physical therapists help you recover from injury, avoid injury in the future, and enhance performance. Get care 7 days a week. Walk right in at an Ortho ASAP clinic or book an appointment online at orthowisconsin.com.
Oh, I've had the night feeders. Those are not good. It's Spanning the State. I'm Brian Noonan.
And I am Kristin Brey. And I don't know what I've had all week, but you've probably heard it a little bit in my voice. Maybe I've accidentally blew my nose into the microphone, so I'm sorry for that if I offended anyone.
And didn't you have the stomach thing too?
So I've had that twice. I had that both in Brazil and I had it right after New Year's.
Yeah, okay.
So I have not been great. And I can't even blame Frankie of having a little kid. And so it's just the world right now because I am not alone. Wisconsin is seeing, you probably know this in your life right now, but Wisconsin is seeing one of its worst flu seasons of the last decade.
Yeah.
And so as of February 8th, so it's probably the numbers are even higher now, every region of the state has been experiencing very high levels of influenza, and that's according to the DHS. And then so far this flu season, nearly 3,800 people in Wisconsin have been hospitalized for the flu. And that's compared to last year, during the same period, it was 2,100.
Holy cow.
And so just last week, there was 895 flu hospitalizations.
If only there was something that would help us.
But it's not only just the flu.
Right.
There's also COVID, there's RSV, and there's norovirus. So I think they had a joke on that in SNL, didn't they, with the quademic?
I thought I said to you this morning, I heard this term, and then Rhea said, yeah, that was on SNL, and I'm like, is that where I'm getting my news now, SNL? But it's true. Everybody's sick with one of these things.
Have you been sick?
No. Knock on wood.
You're just cold.
I'm just cold. I'm cold. Maybe because I keep my body temperature so low.
You're killing all the virus.
Yes, there's no place for the virus to mutate.
So it's not just an SNL term, apparently.
No.
The quademic. It is. It doesn't necessarily imply a doomsday. It's just basically saying these things are going around in enough. It's hitting, at least in epidemiology terms, is hitting high enough numbers to get an emic at the end of the term.
It sounds concerning enough when you're not hysterical concerning, but you go, wait, 3,800 people in the hospital for the flu. That seems like a lot.
It also goes back because you think, when we think about COVID, when COVID has spiked, of a reminder when there's only a limited amount of beds.
Yeah.
Right? And so there is something scary as far as getting too sick and needing to go to the hospital and being turned away because there's not enough beds. And so one of the reasons when I was reading about this is that they're saying of why is it bad this year? Well, there's people who didn't get the flu during COVID and they're getting it now. There's a very severe strain of the flu that's circulating. And less people are getting flu shots.
Oh, you had to go there, didn't you? You had to bring up vaccinations.
So do you get your flu shot?
I do.
So I got mine. I got all of them in one day.
Yeah.
And I got them not all in the same arm, but I knocked them all out, which was good, including COVID and everything like that. But it's basically less and less people feeling like they need to get it.
I never got it until I started teaching. And then once I started teaching, I got it every year because
those kids are sick.
Kids are sick, and then it goes around the building. So I started getting it. And I know before the texts come in saying this, it's not even for this strain of flu. Correct, because they guess every year which strain is going to be the most popular, if you want to put it that way. But no matter what it is, it does lessen the effects. So, yeah, you might still get the flu, but you probably won't be one of the 3,800 people that have to go to the hospital.
Yeah. And so that is basically every doctor that they interview for this is like the best thing that you can do is get your flu shot. For any of this, get your COVID shot. There's also vaccinations for RSV. Norovirus, I think you're just kind of screwed.
Yeah,
you just have to do that 12 to 24 hour misery. But for everything else, there is preventative methods for you. And you know what else is good to be vaccinated for?
Boy, a lot of things. But what do you have in mind?
Measles. Because
I thought measles were under control.
Well, there's at least 6 states that have reported cases of the measles, with 2 being qualified as a outbreak.
Yeah, wait, where I'm trying? Oklahoma? Is Oklahoma?
We'll talk about all of it. We'll list off the states, and we'll talk
right.
about also like Wisconsin's risk as of right now for measles. There's no cases yet, but there's a specific thing about vaccination hesitation that could make us susceptible. So we will talk more about that after this.
Heiser's Snowy Roads Sweetheart Prices sales event is happening now. Remaining 2024 models are priced to go. Looking for a vehicle that can handle our wintry roads? Get yourself a reliable all-wheel drive that can handle anything winter throws at you. With heated seats to top safety features and our exclusive Safe and Sound program, which includes roadside assistance for life, our vehicles are built to keep you cozy with peace of mind, even when the roads get slick. But hurry, our 2024 models are almost gone. So visit Heiser.com today.
See dealer for complete details.
Progressive's AutoQuote Explorer lets you easily compare direct rates from different insurance companies, so you can be confident you're getting the right one, even if it's not with Progressive. Way more confident than you were when you bought that TV in a parking lot. It just happened to not come in a box or include a remote. And when you finally managed to turn it on, all it displayed was the menu of Grumpy's Tacos. So use Progressive's AutoQuote Explorer and be confident you're getting insurance that's right for you. Progressive Casualty Insurance Company and affiliates. Not available in all states or situations. Prices vary based on how you buy.
Accomplishing goals is hard, but when your goal is to learn a new language, Babbel makes it easy. Babbel is designed with you in mind. From expert-created lessons to conversational video units and even live classes, you can personalize your Babbel experience to be exactly what you need to really learn a new language more easily. Go ahead, set a goal for yourself. Accomplish it with Babbel. Try Babbel for free. Go to BABBEL.com. That's Babbel.com.
This is Matt Meitner, owner of Sit Means Sit Dog Training. Do you find yourself talking to your dog but feel like she's not listening to you?
Bella, sit!
Are you constantly repeating yourself but she's not following your directions?
Sit! Sit!
Frustrating, isn't it? At Sit Means Sit Dog Training, we want to help you have a happy, confident, and obedient dog, and we also want to make the training process an enjoyable and worthwhile experience. Contact Sit Means Sit today to schedule a free consultation so we can create a customized training program so you are able to have the dog you want and deserve.
Sit Means Sit Dog Training. Sorry, we don't train husbands, wives, or kids.
Hey Bucks fans, it's Justin Garcia from the Bucks Radio Network, here to tell you about the launch of the Bucks Central podcast feed. Everything Bucks, on demand, in one spot. From sideline to sideline, hear all the ankle-breaking, rim-rattling, and twine-tingling highlights, exclusive interviews, and more. Subscribe to the Bucks Central podcast feed wherever you get your podcasts. All the Bucks content your heart desires in one spot. Check out the Bucks Central podcast feed.
It's the biggest door in your house. Time to give it the attention it deserves. Vince Vitrano here talking about Lifetime Door Company in Brookfield. Updating your garage door increases the value of your home. It's the first thing people see. and it's the best return for your money on investment. At Lifetime Door, if you have an emergency, they'll come out 7 days a week to service existing garage doors and openers. 5% off any service or install at Lifetime Door Company in Brookfield. Get started now, 262-783-4004, lifetimedoor.net.
Making outbreak talk rock with some Van Halen on Spanning the State. All right, so you mentioned now that there's a measles outbreak.
There is.
Which is not, this is not propaganda. This is a fact.
This is a
correct?
fact. So at least 6 states in recent weeks have reported cases of the measles. There's a total of 93 measles cases and between Alaska, California, Georgia, New Jersey, New Mexico, New York City, Rhode Island, and Texas, which feel spread apart.
Yeah, that's not, you would think they'd be clustered like in one area of the country.
Because, and I didn't realize this until this newest measles outbreak happened, it is one of, if not the most infectious disease we know of.
Oh.
And it's like literally one of the world's most contagious diseases, certainly more than COVID was, just in general, as far as how quickly you can get it, especially if you're unvaccinated. And so as of this morning, Journal Sentinel had a story about this, and they interviewed a DHS representative. And as of right now, Wisconsin's risk is low.
Good.
But spring break is coming up.
Oh, yeah. And a lot of people go to...
This is when people start to travel.
They're on
and
planes.
The other thing that is scary about this is that among kindergartners, Wisconsin has some of the lowest vaccination rates of the measles, mumps, and rubella in the country.
Wow.
The only 2 states that have lower vaccination rates of that age than Wisconsin is Idaho and Alaska. So that's not great.
Nope. No, and I know, listen, I know when we start mentioning vaccinations, people flash back to 2020 and they go back into their camps. Listen, if you don't want to get vaccinated, that's on you. We're just telling you what the health experts are saying. If you don't want to get vaccinated, nobody's coming to your house and going, your kid needs an MMR. But
well, there are mandates, right? Like in Wisconsin, you can get an exemption for your kids for personal or religious beliefs,
Right.
and so it's different. I think California, there's only a couple states where there's absolutely no exemptions.
Yeah.
But when it comes to something like the measles, 90% of unvaccinated people who are exposed to it will contract it, and 1 in 5 will probably end up needing to go to the hospital.
And that's from the CDC. You didn't make that up.
I did not make that
All
up.
right. I sometimes I feel on certain topics we have to source our
I know,
source
but then
our stuff.
and there's also
and I know you didn't make it.
There's
up.
also no specific antiviral treatment. So once you
Right.
have it, like you kind of just have to ride it out.
Yeah.
So it just feels. Because there's also like a tuberculosis breakout in Kansas City right now. Like
Yep.
it just, again, it's giving 2020 as far as like the bad news keeps coming as far as us
Right.
trying to take care of ourselves and stay healthy.
And it seems like there's less coverage of this. And listen, I know you could say, there's 90-some cases of the measles. How bad is that? Well, 98 will probably double pretty quickly.
Yeah.
And it's going to keep going. And tuberculosis.
Well,
What is this?
I was reading up on
Deadwood?
this.
What-
Well, that's what I mean. We think of it like cholera, right?
Yeah.
Like our Black History Month fact yesterday was like cholera. When's the last time anyone had cholera? But apparently TB is still pretty common. It's
Really?
just not as serious as it used to be because of modern medicine.
Yeah, and I remember getting a little poke on my arm for the TB
but
test, and the doctor would circle
not
it.
that it's that was another thing that it's not like we've eradicated it, but it's not like
See.
smallpox.
And I just think of Val Kilmer as Doc Holliday in Tombstone being called a lunger because he had tuberculosis.
Isn't that what's the main character in oh my God, I'm totally blanking.
It's the cold.
It is the cold. It's Nicole Kidman. It's the movie where they sing. Moulin Rouge.
Moulin Rouge.
Yeah,
A
Savine.
spectacular
Is that her name in it?
spectacular.
Savine? Sevilla?
Satine.
See, look at Rhea coming in.
Wow.
Isn't that what she dies of? Is tuberculosis? And she's
Probably.
coughing up blood?
Yeah, but again, that was a long time ago.
I mean, it's also not real.
Well, that's true. But Doc Holliday
Moulin
was
Rouge,
real.
very real place. I've been
Right,
there.
Moulin Rouge
but
is
that
a real
story,
place.
I don't think was a real story.
I don't know. I
Not based
want to
off
believe it.
most of real facts.
I want to believe that they all sang modern day hits back in the olden times.
All right. So
So
if
good
you're
luck.
an adult, you can get a booster. They recommend boosters for measles for older adults because you are more susceptible to get sicker if you were to contract it. But again, Wisconsin, as of right now, not a risk to have an outbreak. But come post spring break, we'll see.
Yeah.
Keep your eye on it.
Fingers crossed.
Yeah. All right. Well, when we come back after the bottom of the other news, we will have our conversation with the one, the only Tori Lowe. But first, ABC News and local headlines.
ABC News, I'm Michelle Franzen. The man charged in the murder of United Healthcare CEO Brian Thompson back in state court this hour. Luigi Mangione is making his first court appearance since pleading not guilty to murder charges and a terror charge in the December killing. It's a procedural hearing. ABC News legal contributor Shauna Lloyd says the judge could also set a trial date, and he's also facing federal charges.
What it tells us is they're clearly prosecuting this in a very aggressive manner. They are looking at every possible charge at a state and federal level, and they're levying them against him. So they're prosecuting this very quickly and very aggressively.
Layoffs have started at the IRS. Sources at the agency say the timing could impact tax filers this season. The White House disagrees. Doctors at Rome's Gemelli Hospital, who are treating Pope Francis for pneumonia, briefed the public today, saying the Pope is not in danger of losing his life, but also say the 88-year-old pontiff is not out of danger yet. This is ABC News.
Outdoor Living Unlimited WTMJ News Time is 1:31. I'm Jessica Ty. Cell phones could be banned in Wisconsin classrooms under a Republican bill making its way through Madison. The state assembly passed the bill this week, largely along party lines. Under the law, school boards would have to adopt policies to prohibit the use of wireless communication devices during instructional time. Exceptions would be for emergency situations and monitoring medical conditions. The Milwaukee area's top federal prosecutor is out of a job. Gregory Honstadt was removed from his position as U.S. Attorney for Wisconsin's Eastern District. The move comes as President Trump continues removing Biden-era judges from office across the country. And residents in Shawano County could pay an additional fee to register their vehicles. Our partners at NBC 26 report the wheel tax could provide $750,000 for road projects. The county board will vote next week on whether to implement the tax. It would go into effect next year. 13 counties in Wisconsin already charge a wheel tax. Time for news about your money. Here's a WTMJ Annex Wealth Management market update, and it is still not good news on Wall Street. The Dow is down more than 790 points to 43,385. S&P 500 is down a little less than 100 points to 6,018. And the NASDAQ is down 403 points to 19,558. Financial planning at every level. Annex Comprehensive Wealth. Annex Private Client. Annex Ignite. Details at annexwealth.com. Checking out the roads for an update with your WTMJ Johnson & Sons paving time saver traffic. The only issue we have right now is I-43 North, a little bit beyond Layton Avenue. Right shoulder is blocked due to a car that's broken down. That is not bad. We'll keep our fingers crossed that it stays that way on this Friday afternoon. And here's your WTMJ 5-day forecast today. Sunny skies, a high of 28. Tonight, mostly clear. We'll dip down to 12 for the low by the lake, 7 inland. Tomorrow, partly cloudy, and we continue to warm up. High of 29 tomorrow. High of 38 on Sunday. Mostly cloudy, though. And we do have a slight chance for rain during the evening hours and snow to the north. Monday, mostly cloudy, slight chance for evening rain as well, high of 43. And Tuesday, mostly cloudy, and a high of 44. That's going to feel good, but a lot of melting will be going on. It's now up to 27 degrees in Racine. It's 30 in Waukesha and 27 here in Milwaukee. I'm Jessica Ty. Outdoor Living Unlimited WTMJ News Time is 1:34.
You gotta get to Built Right today. WTMJ's Vince Vitrano here to tell you about Built Right's President's Day and Randy Kay's birthday extended mattress sale. Their one location saves you time and money, and they make it easy to shop and easy to buy. Built Right beats any big box, national or local chain store, department store, employee-free store, online retailer, or warehouse club because they have the guaranteed lowest prices. Built Right also has the best value, selection, and experienced team in Wisconsin. Over 60 models and 500 mattresses in stock. Choose from the best mattress brands made in the USA. Heirloom, Gold Bond, Therapeutic, Restonic, and Schiffman. Built Right specializes in hard-to-find, flippable, two-sided, and heavy-duty mattresses that hold up to 600 pounds. Plus, Built Right offers free delivery and removal on mattress-only purchases of $7.99 or more. Built Right saves you money. Open Monday through Saturday, 10 a.m. to 6 p.m. Sunday, closed to be with family. Make sure to tell them Vinny sent you to Built Right at 54th and Layton Avenue in Greenfield.
This statement has not been evaluated by the FDA. This product is not intended to diagnose, treat, cure, or prevent any disease.
When it comes to my lifestyle and diet, I don't always make the smartest choices.
Touchdown! Woo! Hey, how about another round and some more chips?
But when it comes to taking care of my liver, I do make one very smart choice. Active liver tablets from New Nordic. I used to have real issues with my liver, and at my last checkup, my doc was concerned about my numbers. But since adding a once-a-day active liver tablet, my gut's better, I feel great, and my doctor's happy. I ask a lot of my liver, so the least I can do to say thanks is a daily dose of Active Liver.
You ask a lot of your liver, so give it the support it needs with Active Liver. You can find Active Liver at Amazon.com, or for a volume discount, visit NewNordicUSA.com. Go to new, NORDICUSA.com, Amazon, or ask for Active Liver at your local CVS. New year, new you, New Nordic.
What you want, what you want, what you gonna do when Chevy John don't come for you?
It is Spanning the State. I'm Brian Noonan.
And I'm Kristin Brey. And typically we welcome Steve Scafidi at this time on a Friday, but he is on assignment.
I hope he doesn't hear this and panic.
No. I'm sure he's fine. I'm sure he's not listening. But instead, we thought we would catch up with our friend Tori Lowe, who is obviously the host of The Tori Lowe Show, which you can listen when you're not listening to us from 1 to 4, Monday through Friday on 101.7 The Truth. But we want to catch up with him because he has been outspoken about a couple different things. He's a big community advocate around Milwaukee, has been for a long time, and he's been outspoken as far as SROs in schools. And so last night we got the news that MPS has finally, the board of directors announced that they're ready to comply with the Milwaukee court order to have 25 school resource officers back in MPS schools by next Thursday. So we wanted to catch up with him on that. So I wanted, because this broke yesterday, basically after months, over a year-long battle with the city, MPS, the board of directors yesterday said that they're ready to put officers, SROs, in schools as soon as next Thursday. I guess hearing that news, what was your reaction to it?
Well, I pushed hard against having officers inside the schools. I like the idea that they're outside in the front or somewhere in the vicinity, but as a black male and dealing with my community, I think that having the officers inside the schools interacting with the children is not what you want. You want the officers there to protect, not to engage. And I think that many times when we talk about the high school to prison pipeline, a lot of these schools, especially on the north side of Milwaukee, starts to look like a prison, and you got COs walking up and down the hallways. It's starting to mirror a lot of those ideas, and we don't want that. We want the kids to be able to learn and be protected. And I'm never against police being present, but I don't think if they're walking in the schools, walking up and down the hallways when the bell rings, as I'm going from class to class, I'm interacting with officers. To me, that's too much of interaction for me when it comes to just having a normal high school day.
So you don't buy like when we've talked to some resource officers or people talk about it, they look at it as kind of not only the safety of the kids, but also a potential bridge between the police department and the community by having officers there that the kids can talk to and get to know a little better, and the officers can get to know the kids better and maybe stop stuff before it even happens because there's a level of trust that can be built up.
Well, I don't think that's – a lot of children are traumatized by the ideal of law enforcement due to what's going on with their family members. Sure. A lot of PTSD, a lot of post-traumatic ideas going on. What you want to do is have what I had when I was coming up, how I met police officers. When I met police officers, they would stop and give me baseball cards.
It's the baseball cards. Why did they stop that program?
I don't know why they stopped that program, but I had a great feeling about police. I didn't have to have a ton of interaction with them. I think that's overkill, and that's the wrong time to bridge the gap. You know what I mean? The right time to bridge the gap is when they're out in the communities and they're dealing with black families, and they should have some more empathy They were recently sued by the ACLU for stop and frisking and all this other stuff. So that's not going to really put a dent in if I trust the police or not.
Okay.
What is going to happen is the police have to make sure that they're interacting well before a crime happens, while they're out on patrol, while they're out in the communities where we see them. And it was a time where I was advocating and they were throwing an event at Sherman Park. It's a beautiful event. And it's a Boys and Girls Club at Sherman Park. Mm-hmm. And out of all the great things that were going on, a little girl walked up to me and pointed out the cop car that was way in the lot. She said, "There go the police." And I said, "Why did you point that out? Why did you, out of all of this going on, why did you point that out?" And to come to find out that her family, her mother was arrested, a lot of things happened that traumatized her. So when she see cops, it's from a personal experience of dealing with family. And so what we want to do is make sure that we and my advice have always been to the law enforcement is when you don't have to engage with people when it's a crime. Mm-hmm. You can see them out and, hey, is everything going fine? If I'm walking in Sherwood late at night, guess who stops me and asks me, "Hey, is everything okay?" The police. Okay. I'm walking through Sherwood, and I go for walks. Like, I get off work, I'll probably get done around 8, so I take this route, and it goes through Sherwood. And so cops, it never fails. An officer will stop me and say, "Hey, how you doing? Is everything going all right tonight?" And I'll be like, "Yeah, officer, everything is fine." And they'll laugh, and we'll laugh, and then they'll keep it moving, right? Okay. So what I'm saying is school is not the time for that interaction when you really need that interaction
in the
where it counts. Yeah.
So
go ahead.
I was going to say, so it's happening, right? Even though
it's going to happen, right?
It's happening. They're splitting. I think it's like $760,000, which means some other programming is going to be sacrificed for it. Mm-hmm. But as far as an advocate, as a member of the community, what do you think it needs to look like for it to quote unquote work now that it's actually happening?
I think that the front entrance, I think they should mainly spend their time in the front entrance. And, that's a powerful thing when you first walk in and you see an officer, and you talk to them. "Hey, how you doing? Good morning." And then they can build trust from the front entrance. I don't think that they should be in hallways. I went to Madison and had the same talk when we were doing the justice reform and this came up. But I always say, it's a way to do it. And I think that, if I walk into a store, you see security. Mm-hmm. Or if I walk into the 3rd Street Market Hall, you see security walking around. And they give fifth bumps and, but as far as the high school experience, you want it to be peer-to-peer. You want it to be in a space where how when we were coming up, you just wanted to be able to have free range and explore and not be like, okay, there's an officer right there. Now I'm acting a certain way because I see a police officer.
Yeah.
And I think that they got the right idea. It sounds good, but I think that many times we have to dig a little bit deeper, especially when it comes to children on the north side and the effects that police have on their community. And we got to all deal with that and bridge that gap and be helpers to make that relationship better altogether.
Well, we're going to have to touch base on this as it goes on and see how it is working because there's a lot of questions. We got to talk to you a little bit about the Housing Authority of the City of Milwaukee.
Here we go.
So we'll get into that after this on Spanning the State.
James Imaging Systems. Local support, local accountability, local business technology representatives. Listen to Matheson Manufacturing President Al Leidinger.
She still checks in to see how things are going and if we need anything. So I really do appreciate that from a customer service standpoint.
Michael Quizan, IT Systems Administrator at Great Midwest Bank, discovered the benefits of working with the local team at James.
Our cost from supplies perspective went down. I mean, we're talking about thousands in a year. So we saved a lot of money by bringing James Imaging on.
James Imaging Systems client Luther Gray, Director of Ticket Operations and Group Sales with the Milwaukee Symphony Orchestra on dealing with James.
They are making sure you get the full value and life of every product that you have with them.
Local support, local accountability, local people. Get it all with James Imaging Systems, your local business technology partner. Call 262-781-7700 or visit jamesimaging.com.
Amazon Business offers smart business buying solutions, so you can spend more time growing your business and less time doing the admin. Learn more at amazonbusiness.com.
Find furniture for life from Ken Michaels Furniture in Brookfield, Greenfield, or downtown Milwaukee.
AccuNet Mortgage is an equal housing lender. NMLS ID 255368.
This is Chief Anti-Heartbreak Officer Brian Wickert. While national headlines talk about the inventory of homes for sale being a lot higher this year, that's still not the case in most of Wisconsin. The good news is that now, even in winter, AccuNet's experienced loan consultants are already helping many of our pre-approved home shoppers become homeowners and avoid the heartbreak of losing in a multi-offer situation. Sure, you can go with a flimsy, unimaginative bank pre-approval, or you can present your offer with an AccuNet rock-solid, fully verified, and guaranteed pre-approval that also might come with the phrase that really makes sellers happy: no appraisal required. When an appraisal is needed, we can also show you in dollars and cents what it means to willingly pay a certain dollar amount over the appraised value if that's what's needed to win, which is usually a lot less scary than people imagine. Reduce your risk of home shopper heartbreak by getting started with your rock-solid guaranteed pre-approval at AccuNet.com. That's ACCUNET.com.
So how would I describe our people? I'd say the people we set out to hire have to be smart, hardworking, and honest. Honesty being paramount of the three. Because honesty breeds integrity. And when you have integrity, you won't let yourself do anything less than your best. And that's who we're looking for. Character counts here, and integrity matters. And that's why it's easy for us to offer the industry's best lifetime workmanship warranty with every roof we sell. A rock-solid warranty like ours guarantees our reputation and assures your satisfaction. At Semper Fi, we do the right thing. We seize the moral high ground and we hold it. And when you do that, you end up having a business that's going to last for generations. This is Brad Youngbluth with Semper Fi Roofing and Exteriors, your local, veteran-owned and operated exterior remodeling company. For your new roof, siding, window and door installation, or masonry work, you can count on Semper Fi to keep you safe, warm, and dry.
We keep you safe, warm, and dry. Semper Fi.
I thought that's what I thought you meant. Hey, hi, it's Spanning the State. I'm Brian Noonan.
And I am Kristin Brey, and we're continuing our conversation with Tori Lowe of The Tori Lowe Show. You can catch him 1 to 4 every day, every weekday on 101.7 The Truth, our sister station. But we also wanted to catch up with him on everything that's been going on with the Housing Authority, which seems like one big mess.
With all the stories, all the money owed, everything. Wow. What is the current state of the Housing Authority?
Chaos.
Yeah, that's what it
it's
sounds
chaotic. You thought Doge was causing problems.
We did.
Right here in the city of Milwaukee, I would love to have something to go through the files to figure out where all this money went.
Yeah.
But now I'm hearing that Hackham owes the city $5 million.
Yep.
And this was after a report that came back and said $2.8 million was illegally misused. According to Jenna Ray, the reporter from WTMJ, TMJ4, TMJ4, she said this in a conference and asked the mayor a few questions, but, you know, it's kind of a gray area right now. Nobody's really coming forward and saying how all of this got jumbled up like that. But the residents are the ones that are mostly affected, and these are our elders. These are the disabled. These are the veterans. And somebody have to come forward and give some type of explanation why they are saying that they may file for bankruptcy. There's a possibility
the Housing Authority might.
The Housing Authority may file for bankruptcy.
Because then what happens to the residents?
That's
like,
what
it's
I'm
like
saying.
what there's all these stories as far as corruption and where did the money go and on from the bureaucracy side. But if on the ground, as far as the people you're talking to, what does the housing look like?
They are so frustrated. First of all, they were being terrorized by infestation. Couldn't sleep at night, and they were trying to challenge through organizations in the community, what can we fix this? Now, not only can they fix this, they find out that voucher money was used, which puts them in jeopardy because it may not be there for them moving forward. So we got a huge crisis going on with our elderly, with our veterans, with our disabled. And I think that when I look at this situation, I don't even know if the city has a plan for these elders if it does collapse.
Do we know how many people it affects?
You know, the Milwaukee Housing Authority houses a lot of people.
It does,
I mean,
okay.
I couldn't even be accurate on what
the
that
number is,
was.
okay.
Right?
Do the problems trace back to the former administrator, Willie Hines? Is that where things started to go better? Was it bad, and then he took over, and it never got better?
Maybe he could have escalated it. But what I'm saying is, when I look at it, I've ran into Willie Hines personally because I was organizing lawsuits with one of the housing units. And so I got this on video. And I didn't know Willie Hines was the director. I thought it was another person. But then I got there, and Willie Hines was there. And I organized a meeting, and he said, "No, Tori, you can't come in because you're the media." And I said, "I'm not the media. I was just on social media at the time."
Oh,
okay.
So this predates the show.
This was before the Tory Lowe show. So I've been at this since 2017, you know. So I ran into Willie Hines, and I was like, "Weren't you the Common Council president? Like, how are you allowing this to happen?" So we got into an exchange of words. They kicked me out.
Yeah.
And I recorded it. I got it all. It went viral on social media. Wow. But what I'm saying is that this has been going on. These people have been having the same complaints, at least from my involvement, from 2017.
And when did it break off from the city? When did it become its own entity? Did you say 2004?
In the 2000s was a report I read that it became its own thing with its own board of directors, its own budget,
right.
And that's why they owe the city money, because some of the employees, it started out as 150 employees were grandfathered in, and then now it's down to like 4 that are still grandfathered in, but they have to, Hockham has to pay the city for their benefits and their salaries and all that, and that's where the money, they're not paying.
And I guess that's my question is one of the solutions potentially that it gets absorbed back into the city so that there's more oversight?
Yes.
You know, the damage is done to Hackham right now, and we can kind of try to finagle that. I think that a lot of those things, if I had a great idea of what access to the paperwork, and I would know what to do with it right now. It's just a huge mess. And how do you move forward when the funding is depleted? Or how do you move forward? How do you get funding to actually make it operate, you know, after the misuse? So that's a huge question. Do they have the money to continue? When you hear things like bankruptcy, what does that mean? Does that mean they need to rework a lot of things? Do they rework a lot of things? How do we put funding back into a situation where we don't truly understand what truly happened to a large amount of dollars? I don't know how they get past the financial ideas. That's to me is the biggest gray area with this whole thing.
Tori, we got a real short time, but back in October, there was a big uproar, a lot of community uprising over a Florida company being brought in to manage things. How has that worked out?
Well, I'll tell you this. It shows that they're outsourcing. They're trying to outsource something that when you need help or when you call somebody, you need people, when you have housing units, people on the ground, not some management company in Florida answering the phone. They're already answering the phone right now. And so it's a huge mess, and they need to get qualified people. Mm-hmm. There's a lot of incompetence going on with these housing ideas, and you need to find better qualified people that understand how to deal with structure, that understand how to deal with housing units and property, instead of getting career politicians and moving them into spaces and they don't even have a track record even in their district when they were aldermen, when they were just politicians. Politicians should not run housing.
Yeah.
Right. That makes sense.
All right. Well, you got anything coming up today that you're excited about?
Hey, look, today I got the missing with the UWM journalists at UWM today at 6 p.m. at Sandberg Residence Hall. Okay. It's going to be powerful. They did a project on the missing. The MPD was involved in this, and they gave them the data to all the missing in the last decade. And we're going to have a great conversation today at Sandberg Resident Hall today with the broadcasting students of UWM. And we're going to talk about it. We're going to shed some light on the missing in Milwaukee.
Well, we appreciate you. Thank you so much for joining us today, Tori.
Hey, thank you for having me.
We've all heard of Larry Bird. Allow us to introduce Derry Bird.
It's A.J. Green slashing a 3 down from the right wing on the other end of the court.
It's a one-point game.
Back to AJ. AJ going to try to answer. Off balance three, and he hits it. How did he hit that one? The Dairy Bird going deep into his bag of tricks there.
We're the home of Dairy Bird and the Bucks. WTMJ.
Hey, it's the weekend. Take your family to the historic Fox and Hound Supper Club. Half your dinners are free, even on the weekend. WTMJ's John Mercure here. I love the Fox and Hounds, my favorite place. The Friday fish fry is all you care to eat and one of the best. All other dinners are buy one, get one free. Choice steaks, delicious seafood, mouthwatering pasta. The pecan-crusted walleye is so good. All the entrees are buy one, get one free. Desserts, too. Including that chocolate cake. Buy one, get one free. De-stress with an old-fashioned, a Manhattan. They've got 20 great bourbons, over 100 fine wines, and those 8 elegant dining rooms with real wood-burning fireplaces. Fantastic. Saturday night, your second prime rib dinner is free, only at the Fox and Hounds. The magnificent Sunday brunch is all you can eat. Kids and grandkids under 3 eat for free. Wherever you live, it's worth the drive through the Kettle Moraine for your free dinner right near Holy Hill. Call and reserve your free dinner this weekend. FoxandHoundsRestaurant.com.
Advent will get you breathing freely again with simple in-office solutions like turbinate reduction along with balloon sinuplasty that really can change your life.
I know you have a great dog, right? But you know there's room for improvement. At Sit Means Sit Dog Training, we can help. Our attention-based training system uses modern technology to help you better communicate with your dog, even in high distraction. When you schedule a free consultation with us, you will have the opportunity to see our training in action and meet for yourself our happy dogs off leash and under control. Contact Sit Means Sit today at 262-361-3641 or find us on the web at sitmeansitwaukesha.com to schedule your free consultation so you can have a happy, confident, and obedient dog.
I've always believed that great service makes all the difference. At Waterstone Bank, it's more than just banking. It's personal. When I needed help choosing an account, my banker took the time to understand my needs and guided me through my options. Thanks to her advice, I can watch my money grow, knowing it's secure.
Welcome to your Waterstone Bank, where community and personal service come together. Member FDIC.
It's WTMJ's Debbie Loziga for Comfort Awnings. You've heard me talk about the wonderful new retractable awning the team at Comfort Awnings installed in my home. Spring is quickly approaching, and it is the perfect time for you to get an awning installed, so it's ready once the temps warm up. Comfort Awnings is a local family-owned company in Burlington that provides expert installation in southeast Wisconsin and northern Illinois. In February, you can receive a free motor with the purchase of any retractable awning or screens. Call 414-AWNINGS or visit comfortawnings.com to learn more.
All right, when we come back on Spanning the State, we will spin around the state, but first, news.
WTMJ, W277CV, and WKTI HD2 Milwaukee from the Annex Wealth Management Studios. This is News Radio WTMJ, a Good Karma brand station.
Hi, this is Michelle Voskel, CPA and team member at the Neal Group. Happy New Year. How's business? Do you really know? We recently worked with several clients who thought they knew, but didn't because their books were not in order. Imagine thinking you were making $1 million, but because your books are a mess, you were really only making $200,000. Quite a difference. Imagine finding out expenses were not properly recorded or sales were double recorded. If these happen to you, we can help. We work with our clients to clean up their books and give them the information they need to know where their business is now and where it is going in the future. Don't wait. Start on the path to less stress, more cash in your pocket, and no more sleepless nights. Call us at 414-325-2040 or visit nealgroup.net today to book a meeting. We can talk over Zoom, the phone, in our office, or your place of business. Yes, we like to visit our business clients. Don't wait any longer. Call 414-325-2040 or visit nealgroup.net.
We've saved our clients over $19 million in real estate commission. I say this because that's a pretty big number. But at Century 21 Benefit Realty, it's really not about being a top volume agency. Over here, it's more about you. And at 1.9% commission and no more than $19,000 commission, for the listing side of your sale, no matter what size property you're selling, you will save substantially. This is Angela Calais with Century 21 Benefit Realty, benefit-realty.com, where you pay less for full service. Each office is independently owned and operated. First off, our 1.9% commission structure helps get their foot in the door, and that's why agents like working here. But what they really like is having the strongest marketing tools available, with the resources to help them sell homes at the highest prices to satisfy their clients. Century 21 Benefit Realty offers what agents like most, and that's to help them be successful. If you really want to believe in the business model that you're representing, give me a call. I'm Angela Calais with Century 21 Benefit Realty. Call me, and let's talk about your future. Each office is independently owned and operated.
I'm Tony Drake from Drake & Associates. Taxes in retirement could take a bigger bite out of your savings than ever before. With a rising tax environment, many retirees are worried about running out of money. At Drake & Associates, we understand those fears, and we're here to help you feel more confident about your retirement. That's why we're offering a free retirement toolkit and a copy of my book, Get Retirement Ready, to help you take control of your financial future. Don't let rising taxes catch you off guard. Text TAX to 414-897-9522 to claim your free resources. That's TAX to 414-897-9522.
Drake & Associates is an independent investment advisory firm that offers different investment vehicles. All insurance products are backed by the issuing insurance company. This commercial is provided for informational purposes only.
Built Right. One location saves you money.
You gotta get to Built Right today.
Tonight, the Bucks and Kuzma cash in at Washington.
Inbound pass to Kuzma, catches it, lays it off the window, and good. And the Bucks will have the last laugh.
Our coverage starts at 5:30 on your home for the Milwaukee Bucks. News Radio 620 WTMJ Milwaukee.
At 2:01, it is currently 28 degrees and sunny in Milwaukee. I'm Julia Fellow. Cloudy tonight, a low of 7. Wind chill could make it feel like it's 5 below zero. Sunny tomorrow, a high of 27 degrees. From the WTMJ Breaking News Center, hard questions from Milwaukee Public Schools on lead cleanup. At today's Public Safety and Health Committee meeting, Alderwoman Malele Cogd asked members of Milwaukee Health Department to provide parents of Golda Meir up-to-date information.
I would just say I would encourage you all to find even more ways to be communicative directly with those parents whose children are at these impacted schools. And that's also because the questions we've been able to ask you here today, these are same questions a lot of parents have.
The deadline to fully clean up Golda Meir of lead was yesterday. Meanwhile,
That's 9 ayes. The motion passes.
Milwaukee Public Schools advancing funding needs to return school resource officers to school buildings.
The Board of School Directors approves nearly $800,000 to cover half the cost of re-implementing SROs. This after Milwaukee County Judge David Borowski ordered MPS and the city to split the cost 50-50 and have a plan before February 27th. Board President Marva Herndon reiterating the board's stance on what happens now.
We're ready to accept officers as soon as they are available.
Interim Superintendent Eduardo Galvan says the plan has been forwarded to the city attorney's office. Adam Roberts, WTMJ News.
Governor Tony Evers targeting tax cuts for low and middle income families, but actually calls for a net increase in $2.4 billion. TMJ4 Chief Political Correspondent Charles Benson says state Republicans will most likely shoot the proposal down.
That's where things get rewritten by Republicans who still have the majority in the Assembly and still have the majority in the Senate. So I think what's going to be interesting is always that battle around what sort of tax cuts will there be, who will get them.
The Journal-Sentinel reported this morning if passed as is, the budget would drain the state's $4 billion surplus and leave us $4 billion deficit in 2029. Time for news about your money. The WTMJ Annex Wealth Management Market Update. Everything in the red. The Dow down more than 1.5%, down 779. S&P 500 down 104. NASDAQ down more than 2%, down 433. Financial planning at every level. Annex Comprehensive Wealth, Annex Private Client, Annex Ignite. Details at annexwealth.com. Sports, traffic, and weather are next. Outdoor Living Unlimited WTMJ News Time 2:04.
Smart interior designers know that what they'll see here is going to be almost impossible to find anywhere else, especially at our consignment prices. Premium home decor that's gently loved and close to new. And what we carry can raise the wow factor of anyone's home decor. This is Katie with Design Exchange, where discerning buyers with discriminating tastes come to find premium home decor at a value. Design Exchange in Heartland and Pewaukee.
Design Exchange.
In Heartland, you're going to find a focus on distinctive furniture, unique antiques, and original artwork, along with tasteful home decor that can fit almost any budget. In Pewaukee, the focus is on kitchen, outdoor, and garden decor, and all of it is priced at 25 to 40% off retail. This is Katie with Design Exchange, where discerning buyers with discriminating tastes come to find premium home decor on consignment at a value.
Design Exchange.
You're right, and I'll agree. It does sound too good to be true. But offering you affordable treatment that alleviates pain, which really does work, that we've seen in most cases insurance paid for in full, is a definite reality. It's pain relief, really. And these are FDA-approved treatments. They're safe and proven to reduce inflammation and alleviate pain. Yeah, you'll have to get a couple of shots, and I know that can scare people. But the needle is extremely small. And after giving shots like this hundreds of thousands of times, you'll see we make it very easy. You're going to feel the relief that our powerful pain relief agents give you. They're pain relief drugs that solve pain problems. And the way I feel is that Rejuvenex should be the first stop for anyone living with pain in shoulders, hips, elbows, and knees. At $65 per joint, per injection, it's probably the most affordable pain relief option available that actually works. Rejuvenex Google reviews will tell you more.
Time for a WTMJ sports update from the Gruber Law Office's One Call That's All Sports Desk. Night 2 of back-to-back for the Bucks and a reunion of sorts. The Bucks in nation's capital to face the Wizards. Chris Middleton will make his Wizards debut against his former team.
I am going to be here as a mentor and whatnot, but, I want Wizards fans to know that I'm not here just to be a mentor. I'm here to be a basketball player and compete out there and help win games.
Coverage of tonight's game begins at 5:30 right here on WTMJ. Brewers begin Cactus League play tomorrow afternoon in Arizona. You can hear the game right here on WTMJ with coverage beginning at 2 o'clock. College basketball tonight, 16th ranked Marquette are on the road at Villanova. Hear the game on 94.5 ESPN at 6 o'clock. 11th ranked Wisconsin Badgers host Oregon Saturday morning at 11. Badger sports updates are sponsored by Siding Unlimited, siding and a whole lot more. Just doing a refresh as we take a look at your roads with your WTMJ Johnson & Sons Paving Time Saver traffic. Everything looks great right now, knock on wood. Here's your WTMJ 5-day forecast. Tonight, cloudy, a low of 7. Wind chill, 5 below 0. Tomorrow, sunny, a high of 27. Cloudy Saturday, a high of 28. Sunday, even warmer, cloudy at 36. Then Monday, slight rain chance, a high of 42. Right now in Waukesha, it's 28 degrees. In Madison, it's 24 degrees. In Green Bay, it's 23 degrees. Outdoor Living Unlimited, WTMJ News Time, 2:07.
It's time to take a spin around Wisconsin and find stories you might have missed. Here's Spinning the State on Spanning the State with Kristin, Brey, and Brian Noonan.
It's Friday and we are dizzy from spinning around the state all week, but we will endeavor to do it one last time to bring you stories that you may not have heard. If you want any more information, then please text SPIN to the Siding Unlimited WTMJ Talk and Text line, and you will get more details. All right, hold on, Kristin. Here we go.
Mauston.
Well, who says voters can't change their minds? After rejecting 2 previous referendums on district funding, voters approved a 4-year operating referendum for the school district of Mauston. The district had asked voters to exceed the state-imposed revenue limit by $1.75 million annually for the next 4 years. The referendum, there you go, passed on Tuesday with around 66% of the vote, according to unofficial results. It was the 3rd time the district had put the operating referendum before voters in the last year. The measure failed during the November election by less than 2 percentage points. So close. The Boston School Board voted in November, after they lost that, to consider dissolving the school district because of the lack of funding. Without increased revenue, the district only had funds to operate for 2 more school years. Superintendent Joel Heish told WPR he felt joy and relief after seeing the outcome of Tuesday's vote. Quote, "It means that we have a future. That's the first thing, and that we are here to have a draw in the positive form."
Third time's a charm.
I guess it would have to be. Yeah, we're just, you know what? If you don't vote for it, we're just closing the district. Okay, put it on the ballot again. We'll take care of it.
Yeah, apparently.
So good for them. All right, let's spin it again.
Madison.
All right, public art is a wonderful benefit to a city, especially when the displays feature local artists. Well, local sculptors. There may be a spot on Monona Terrace rooftop waiting for you. The Madison Arts Commission is inviting artists to apply to Art on the Rooftop, a free sculpture exhibition designed to create another must-see stop this summer at the Monona Terrace Community and Convention Center. According to reporting in the Wisconsin State Journal, Monona Terrace and MAC are seeking 5 works for the rooftop of the Frank Lloyd Wright-inspired building, which overlooks Lake Monona, to, quote, engage visitors and complement the organic architecture of Wright's curvilinear and glass-centric facade. 4 of the 5 will be exhibited in the William T. Uvg rooftop gardens from May through October. Those winning artists will earn $1,500 for the 6-month loan on their artwork, and additional sculpture will be chosen for year-round exhibition on the Olin Terrace, starting May through April 2026. That selected artist will receive $2,600 for 1 year loan of the artwork.
Fancy.
Yes.
I always wonder what goes on in the mind of a sculptor who could just look at a block of whether it's stone or clay and then go, oh, I see what's in there. And then it just comes out.
Yeah.
So that's very good. Now, don't be upset about our next spin, Kristin.
Wisconsin Rapids.
I know usually you are the Wisconsin Rapids correspondent, but I didn't want you to feel pigeonholed by being just in Wisconsin Rapids. So listen, the debate over fluoride in drinking water rages on, but Wisconsin Rapids has made a decision, at least for now. Residents will continue to have fluoride added to their drinking water after the city council rejected an effort to ban its addition to the municipal water supply during its meeting Tuesday evening. Jake Katnach, chairman of the Wisconsin Rapids Legislative Committee, asked to have the issue pulled from Tuesday's packet for a separate vote. He was quoted in the Wisconsin Rapids Tribune as saying, as we continue the discussion on fluoride, there are 2 critical things we need to keep in mind. He went on to refer to a study from the U.S. Department of Health and Human Services. He said the study showed that as fluoride consumption increases, the IQ of the child decreases. Well, then City Council member Justine Plus said that experts in the field of dentistry and medicine have said that study that he referred to is weak and flawed. Oh, man. She's calling them out. The study looks at testing done in other countries, but not in the U.S. The fluoride levels in those countries used higher than the amount added to the water in the United States. Madeline Palmquist, who is council president, made a motion to reject the proposed ban. The motion then passed by a 6-2 vote. So they rejected it, they voted, and boom. I added those names in case you want to write those down and see if your mom knows any of
them.
These people, wants to give us some inside dirt on Wisconsin Rapids and their water. That's it. That's another week of Spinning the State. If you missed any details, then text 855-616-1620. Use the word SPIN. That's the Siding Unlimited WTMJ talk and text line, and we will send you more details. Don't forget, you can always get Spinning the State, all our interviews, and the whole show wherever you get your podcast. So subscribe. Then you don't even have to worry about it. We just pop into your feed every day, and you go, oh, here's Kristin and Brian. Thank goodness. I was wondering what I'd do with the rest of my day. When we come back, at the risk of sounding like one of those old get-off-my-lawn kind of people, Gen Z, you worry me, because you may be a little too soft. And by may, I mean you definitely are. We'll get to that and more after this on Spanning the State.
So close you can smell the rubber on their shoes. Okay, maybe not that close, but as close as you can get. Bucks Insiders on Wisconsin's Midday News with Greg Matzik and Jessica Ty.
Here's a pass inside to Giannis. Giannis guides it through as he took the feed from Lillard, his second assist to Giannis.
It's Bucks Insiders every Thursday at 12:35 Sponsored by Best Electric and Pella Windows and Doors of Wisconsin.
Hey, it's WTMJ's Brian Noonan here for Milwaukee Weight Loss. Now listen, I've struggled with my weight my whole life, but now I've been on this weight loss journey for 5 weeks. I've already lost 29 pounds, 5 inches off my waist, and yes, I am much easier to hug. Thanks for asking. I finally found the secret to losing up to 1 pound of fat every day. The doctor-developed, easy-to-follow weight loss program helps you lose weight fast, naturally, and safely. There's no drugs or injections, so you don't have to worry about side effects. No, you don't have to buy prepackaged meals. You don't have to have bars or shakes. No exercising is required. You eat your own food. The program helps reset your metabolism so you can keep the weight off for good. They give you a coach for ongoing support. The program costs about half as much and works twice as fast as most other programs. And you know, results equal motivation. Go to MilwaukeeWeightLoss.com to schedule your free consultation. A lot of patients lose 20 to 30 pounds in about a month or two. Look at me. I am on the way to my goal, and I couldn't be happier. It is crazy watching my body shrink right before my eyes. Schedule your free consultation by calling 262-449-1180 or online at MilwaukeeWeightLoss.com. That's MilwaukeeWeightLoss.com. Results may vary.
A buck doesn't buy much unless you're spending it at Griffin. For just $1 over cost, you can buy brand new tires from us. This is Jim Griffin. Any major brand, $1 over our cost with free tire repair and lifetime rotation. We'll even show you the invoice to prove it. Our only requirements, we put them on for you. Buy one or the whole set. The dollar deal from Griffin. Milwaukee, Waukesha, Fort Atkinson, and Jefferson. Griffin. The buck stops here. The deals on tires don't. That's Griffin.
Not combinable with other tire offers.
Well, welcome back to Spanning the State. I am Kristin Brey.
I'm Brian Noonan. Kristin, do you talk on the phone?
Mm-hmm.
Are you, like, if I were to call you under a different name so you didn't go, oh, it's him, would you answer the phone and talk to a person?
I mean, I guess it depends what I was doing.
Oh, sure. Like, if you're not busy and it's somebody you know, I don't answer calls that
Yeah,
come
I don't answer numbers I don't recognize.
Right.
And it has... I mean, if I don't feel like talking, I'm not going to answer
Oh, sure.
it. But so I would say
Let me ask you this. Do you fear talking on the phone?
I do not fear talking
All
on
right.
the phone.
Well, that's
I
because
talk for a living, so I would hope that I'm fine talking on the phone.
I would have hoped everybody was fine talking on the phone.
Fair.
But because it seems fairly simple. But, and I know, listen, before, I know we have a lot of Gen Z listeners. And I know they're going, well, they're not going to call to complain.
Apparently.
They'll text me. Because I do worry about young people and their penchant for being triggered and anxious about everything. Now, there are big issues, of course, that young people should be anxious about. And there are things that can trigger strong emotions. I get all of that. But not issues or things that, maybe it's only me, I consider them minor issues. Like Gen Z dreads talking on the phone. Now, this is not just me.
Define dreads.
All right, I will.
Because like a disdain, like I don't want to, versus an actual fear of, I feel like are two different things.
Gen Z's anxiety around responding to phone calls stems from the fear of the unknown. It is a true fear. They associate the ringing phone with fear, according to a professor at Nottingham College. Now, this study or the expert is from Great Britain. I don't know if they ring different over there, and perhaps it's scarier when you hear a phone ring over there. Maybe it's one of those European sirens. That would scare me if it rang in my pocket. But no, they don't. They're frozen. They don't have the skills to talk on the phone. They haven't had the opportunity, according to this, of making and receiving phone calls because that's not really what their phone is for.
Yeah.
The phone is
they
for
don't like
everything
stay
else.
up. I remember I certainly was, I'm old enough to remember talking on the phone and having to share the phone line with my brother, like him picking up and like, you need to get off now. I'm like, I'm on the phone.
Yes, I would take the phone. We had a long cord, and I would go into the bathroom and close the door so I could talk to my girlfriend.
Yeah, exactly.
Yes.
It's the flirtation over the phone, and you're just talking about nothing.
Well, it's so bad that this college is offering telephobia seminars.
Oh, God.
Yes. It's part of career-related sessions because they say once you get out into the real world, you may actually have to use the phone.
I mean, you would. I would imagine most would have to, or they have to be on like Teams calls. But this is what I don't understand. How is being on the phone any different than being on like your virtual class where you have to talk in front of class?
I think because you expect to go to class, right? Team meetings come with an invitation. You have to accept that invitation. You know it's this time. I can mentally prepare myself. But if the phone just rings, who could be calling me?
But there's you could screen the call.
Of course you can. I'm not. Listen, don't look at me.
I know, but I'm so confused by
Gen
this
Z.
of like what the actual concern is.
Well, they always think that the phone ringing is bad news.
Okay.
According to Stu. So every call is bad news. They also worry about how they sound on a phone call.
Okay.
So at this point, I listen. I want to hug Gen Z and then I want to shake them and go, listen, it's a phone call. You're going to face a lot bigger challenges as you move about into the world. A phone call is easy. I'm of the age I prefer a phone call because to me, text, there's a lot of nuance that can be lost in a text.
Okay.
Like if I just text you a sentence, you're reading that text how you want to read it. Maybe that's not how I sent it. You know?
That's also, do you text with your thumbs or are you an index finger texter?
I guess it depends. I do both.
Okay.
Mostly, I'm not one of those fast. I've seen you text. I'm not like that.
I was gonna say, because I think that's another thing, is a generational thing of you're like, I'm just gonna call you when you're older because it's a lot faster than me trying to text on my phone, especially because you guys all have your font size to like size 35 on your phone.
I have regular font size. I will talk, like when I talk to friends of mine who are younger, like in their 30s, I will shoot them a quick text. Hey, you free for a call? Because I know they panic. My buddy, every time I've called him, and it's very seldom because every time he answers the same thing, like it's a hostage call. Like I'm calling with a ransom demand for his children.
Is that how he answers the phone?
No, he goes, hello?
God.
Molly will not answer the phone. She
doesn't talk to you guys on the phone.
She talks to Debbie on the phone.
She does not talk to you on the phone.
Not to me. She and I only text.
Really?
Yeah, I don't know what it is. And most of the time, she won't answer the phone. And she has caller ID to know it's us. But then if she does talk to me on the phone, she calls me back. She never like answers on the thing. So like, I don't know, like a telemarketer got my number and is masquerading as me and calling her. It's a whole big thing. But you also brought up another way. You found a way that these youngsters are freaking out a little bit.
Well, I found out because this was a while ago I don't know, like a year or so ago. And it was another one of these kind of articles as far as Gen Z is, they think that the thumbs up emoji, so you know how and texting now, you can click on the message that you received and give a reaction.
I do that 90% of the time.
Right, so it's like a thumbs up, a heart, an exclamation point. So you can do it as a thumbs up, or you can actually just send a emoji thumbs up. And apparently at this point, it was Gen Z feels like the thumbs up is passive aggressive. So I had at the time an intern when we covered this story on my last show. We covered this story and I asked her and she goes, oh yeah. She's like, whenever I send you something for approval, like a social media thing, and you like thumbs up it, I think you hate it. I was like, wait, what? I was like, I'm just like giving you acknowledgement that I have received it and like we're good to go. And she goes, oh no, I think that you absolutely hate it. And I was like, that is so interesting.
You're not sending an emoji of the middle finger.
No.
It's the thumbs up, which means, hey, way to
we're
go.
Good.
Yeah.
We're good.
Is it, listen, and I hate blaming everything on COVID. Did this generation get so anxious because of COVID?
No.
When did it flip?
There's, Jonathan Haidt has a book, the Something of the Coddling Mind. I forgot, I'll look it up.
Okay.
And it's been happening. And a lot of it, I think, has to do with helicopter parenting.
Oh.
And it goes back to, who was it, when we had the guys in from Will talking about the lack of freedom that kids are allowed to have these days, the lack of being able to make mistakes, the lack of like being able to just not have parental oversight all of the time. And so like how much anxiety that they have as far as like they never have to like make any mistakes or like get anything wrong.
And every decision is fraught with peril.
Yes.
Because it could lead to a mistake, and God forbid you make a mistake.
And I also think it's just social. I was just reading an article the other day about like how clubs all over the UK, the United States, like clubs, like where you go dancing,
Sure.
where you do chaotic young people things, are closing in droves. Because
young
Gen
people
Z
don't wanna
isn't, well, millennials are too old. Our knees hurt too much. And we're also still trying to afford a house, so an $18 drink isn't really an option right now.
And your kids want you to wake
but
up
also
the next
Gen Z.
day.
I mean, clubs are expensive, but it's also like, in general, it's something like 2/3 of Gen Z hasn't had a drink in the last year.
Wow.
And so how many of them are just on not socializing either? And so I think that it's not just the phones. I think there is a huge disconnect in connection, like actual connection, and how kids have been able to socialize with one another and learn social cues and not just be riddled with anxiety.
Well, but if it's a vicious circle, because then if you don't go out, it's a self-fulfilling prophecy.
Absolutely.
Because you will never learn to socialize. So
You'll
then
never
you
have those
to,
awkward interactions. We're going to hit on a girl and be like, "Oh, I just got shot down."
That is a long walk back to your table. That could
She
be.
said no.
That's like dead man walking. You might as well have the other
guess
bar
what?
patrons banging on the cups.
You live to tell about it. And that is the best thing,
Yes,
right?
you do.
And I think about this all the time, of being as young as I was when I was in LA acting.
Yeah.
And like what thick skin I got from being 16 and walking into casting director offices and being told no multiple times a week.
Yeah.
Right? And just like that'll toughen you up.
There's a lot of rejection, and any sort of, well, really anything you can face that kind of rejection. Show busy kind of stuff, the rejection is just exponential. There was talking about getting shot down. There was a bar that I went to, and I liked this bar because you could get shot down from a distance because all the tables had phones and a number above the table. So, like, if I saw Rhea across the bar, I didn't have to walk over. I'd give her a call. So my generation was not afraid of the phone because we'd be like, "Hey, I'm over at table 16. Can I buy you a drink?" And she'd look over and you'd wave, "Hey, how you doing?" And it was the greatest because you could spend all night getting shot down and never have to leave your seat.
Table.
Yeah, it's like the laziest pickup joint in America. It was fantastic.
That's hilarious.
All right, let's do this. Then there's more in Spanning the State.
While the Wizards have had a brutal year, at least they stay on brand by making all their wins disappear.
The Hoopers in our nation's capital went a full month without winning a game. It's not even American.
The Bucks head to D.C. to take on the Wizards.
Pocket pass to Giannis, who soars in and plunges it through with a one-hand slam.
Our Bucks Radio Network game day coverage starts tonight at 5:30. We are the home of the Bucks. WTMJ.
AccuNet Mortgage is an equal housing lender. NMLS ID 255368.
This is Chief Anti-Heartbreak Officer Brian Wickert. While national headlines talk about the inventory of homes for sale being a lot higher this year, that's still not the case in most of Wisconsin. The good news is that now, even in winter, AccuNet's experienced loan consultants are already helping many of our pre-approved home shoppers become homeowners and avoid the heartbreak of losing in a multi-offer situation. Sure, you can go with a flimsy, unimaginative bank pre-approval, or you can present your offer with an AccuNet rock-solid, fully verified, and guaranteed pre-approval that also might come with the phrase that really makes sellers happy: no appraisal required. When an appraisal is needed, we can also show you in dollars and cents what it means to willingly pay a certain dollar amount over the appraised value if that's what's needed to win, which is usually a lot less scary than people imagine. Reduce your risk of home shopper heartbreak by getting started with your rock-solid guaranteed pre-approval at AccuNet.com. That's ACCUNET.com.
Hey, it's WTMJ's Kristin Brey, and if you're looking for a new dentist, you should check out my dentist, Dr. James Michaels at Economowalk Dental Care. Dr. Michaels is committed to providing you with the highest level of care possible. I can assure you that he will prioritize your needs no matter how sensitive, just like he did with mine. If you're due for a dental visit, Economowalk Dental has a $89 new patient special, so you can get the care that you need at an affordable price. And in addition to my exam, Dr. Michael's staff provided a gentle professional cleaning that left my mouth feeling smooth and rejuvenated. We all have to go to the dentist, so do not put it off any longer. Check out Economowalk Dental Care at drmichaelsdentalcare.com or give them a call at 262-567-7224. If you want to start feeling confident about your smile, go see my dentist, Dr. James Michaels at Economowalk Dental Care.
Basement. Water leaks.
Cracks in the walls.
Had them, have them. What do I do?
Who can I trust?
I'm here to help. This is your Fix-It host, David Nason, with expert advice for my listeners. There's only one company I trust with basements, and that's my friends at Accurate Basement Repair. That's Accurate Basement Repair. And you know what? You're going to get a free expert evaluation on me. Just tell them David Nason, the Fix-It Guy, told me to call. Again, that's Accurate Basement Repair. Check them out at accuratebasementrepair.com.
The other Gen Z thing is I've learned in the last year or so that punctuation is viewed as aggressive in texts. I put a period. I don't know. I learned to write a long time ago, and I use punctuation, commas, periods, all those things. They're fun. Molly yelled at me because why are you putting a period in there? Julia's nodding her head. No, Julia, come on. You're a journalist. Why would
when you text? It's like you are like noted. Like it's like being really snarky back
because
when you put a period at the end of a text. It's like you're really, really upset with that person.
But what if I have more than one thought and I'm putting, I'm sending a message where I put periods at the end of sentences.
So are you writing paragraphs?
No, but I might have 2 or 3 things like, hey, I need to talk to you about this, blank. Mom told me to tell you this, boop. And so there's like 3 sentences.
The it's fine, period, from your wife, you never want to get that. I'm just going to say that much.
When we come back, it's Derek Mosley's Black History Fact, ABC News, next.
ABC News, I'm Michelle Franzen. Police in Washington, D.C. say they're investigating a woman's claim she was assaulted by Florida GOP Congressman Corey Mills.
D.C. police say the alleged assault occurred sometime Wednesday morning inside a penthouse at one of Washington's premier apartment buildings overlooking the Potomac. Corey Mills' office released a statement saying law enforcement was asked to resolve a private matter at the congressman's residence. The Florida Republican, quote, vehemently denies any wrongdoing whatsoever and is confident he'll be quickly cleared.
ABC's Stephen Portnoy. The Trump administration moving ahead with more cuts to the federal workforce. The latest layoffs at the IRS, where 6,000 jobs are being slashed. A judge in New York did not set a trial date for accused killer Luigi Mangione, charged in the shooting death of United Healthcare CEO in December. Mangione pleaded not guilty to state murder charges that include an enhancement for terrorism. He is also facing federal charges. This is ABC News.
Outdoor Living Unlimited News Time, 2:31. I'm Julia Fellow. Your top story: one person seriously hurt fleeing from a house fire in Fond du Lac County overnight, jumping from the second story of the burning home. Crews say the occupants of the home in the town of Metomen were sleeping when the fire started, then leapt from the second story to escape. Officers say the explosion happened right after they arrived. 2 other people are hurt and are in the hospital. The cause of that explosion and fire is still unknown. Cell phones could be banned in Wisconsin classrooms. That's under a Republican slew of bills making its way through Madison. State Assembly passed it, largely along party lines. Under this law, the school boards would have to adopt policies to prohibit the use of wireless communication devices during instructional time. Exceptions would be for emergency situations and monitoring medical conditions. Time for news about your money and the WTMJ Annex Wealth Management Market Update. Not a good day right now. The Dow is down more than 1.5%, down 717. S&P 500 down more than 1.5%, down 97. NASDAQ down more than 2%, down 420. Financial planning at every level. Annex Comprehensive Wealth, Annex Private Client, Annex Ignite. Details at annexwealth.com. Doing a refresh as we take a look at your roads, your WTMJ Johnson & Sons paving time saver traffic. Knocking on wood, everything looks great. There's not even one disabled vehicle to tell you about. Here's your WTMJ 5-day forecast. Partly cloudy, a low of 7 tonight. Wind chill, 5 below 0. Tomorrow sunny, a high of 27 degrees. Saturday, cloudy, a high of 28 degrees. Sunday, cloudy, a high of 36. Monday, really nice, high of 42. There's a slight rain chance. In Waukesha right now, it's sunny and 28 degrees. Madison, mostly sunny and 24 degrees. And cloudy in Green Bay at 23 degrees. Outdoor Living Unlimited WTMJ News Time, 2:33.
Love snow blowing your driveway or shoveling your sidewalk? Yeah, right. Well, if you lived in a brand new Cornerstone development community, someone else handles those duties. Buy a brand new home in the Grove in River Hills, the Glen at Stonewall Farms in Grafton, the Glen at Standing Stone in Waukesha, or the Glen at Wanakee in Menominee Falls, and they take care of the maintenance. All built with your selection of finishes. If you downsize, there's a clubhouse for when you temporarily need to upsize. Take a virtual tour and see for yourself at cornerstonedevelopment.com.
Ready to tackle your home improvement project this winter? Exterior Pros and Baths is here to help you score big with quality home exterior and shower upgrades. As a 5-time President's Club Award winner, Exterior Pros is not playing around. With flexible financing, it's never been easier to invest in your home without breaking the bank. Get started today and save $2,000. Visit extpros.com or call 262-800-4274. That's 262-800-4274. Trust the pros and kick off your home transformation today.
She's different and special and loaded with personality.
And there's one more thing, but you can't explain it in words. She's the one.
She's the one.
The one. You know it.
Your friends know it.
The whole world knows it. We curated a special selection of engagement rings for her.
Can you guess what we call it?
We call it the One Collection by Kessler's. Because these engagement rings are different.
And special.
And loaded with personality. And one more thing. But you can't explain it in words.
Engagement rings in the One Collection start at just $725.
But some of them are more. A lot more.
But we've got you covered.
First, we have 12 months financing at 0%. Or second, we have 36 months financing at 9.99%, both with approved credit.
Third, we have second chance financing if you need someone to give you a second chance.
And don't forget the Kessler's warranty. The strongest warranty of any jewelry store in the world.
For the location of the Kessler's nearest you, visit KesslersDiamonds.com.
It is Spanning the State. I'm Brian Noonan.
And I am Kristin Brey. And as we've been doing all month, Judge Derek Mosley, he posts a Black History fact every day of Black History Month. He's going to be with us on Monday at 2:35. But his fact today: if you have ever used Zoom, Microsoft Teams, or WebEx, or sent a text to donate to a charitable organization during a natural disaster, if so, you can thank Dr. Marion Croak. Dr. Croak pioneered the technology that converts voice data into digital signals that can be easily transmitted over the internet rather than using traditional phone lines. This voice over internet protocol, or VoIP, technology has been made audio and video conferencing the way of the world. Today, the widespread use of VoIP technology is vital for remote work and conferencing, as well as personal communications. Croak and her team also created a text-to-donate system for charitable organizations that first saw widespread use after Hurricane Katrina hit New Orleans in 2005. In fact, that same technology raised $43 million after the 2010 earthquake in Haiti, with more than 200 patents to her name. She is also works on racial justice efforts and continues her goal of encouraging women and young girls in engineering. In 2022, she and Dr. Patricia McBath became the first African-American women inducted into the National Inventors Hall of Fame.
Very impressive. 200 patents.
Inventors.
Pretty good. Inventors are...
I feel like that was like a kid. As a kid, you're like, what do you want to be when you grow up? You're like an inventor.
I'm going to invent stuff. What are you going to invent? I don't know.
I don't know.
Have you ever had an idea for something that then down the road, you didn't do it, but down the road it came to be?
Me? No. My grandfather thought about bottling water. I think I said that on the other day.
That would have been...
Mike always has ideas like that.
Yeah.
And I'm not going to say them on air, so no one can steal them. But he has a brain for that of like, this would solve a problem.
I had one. I only had one. And both Debbie and my parents were like, that's never going to work. Why would anybody use this? And now it's all over.
What is it?
Because I was on the road all the time, and I was like, I need something. Wouldn't it be nice to have something where I could put a drink or things didn't slide? I could have. So they make those trays now that you can strap to your passenger seat, and they drop down, and it's for all kind. Could carry a pizza without sliding. All these things
for your car.
For your car, because I was in my car all the time, so it made sense. They all poo-pooed me, and now.
Shoulda, woulda, coulda.
Yeah, boy, I should have followed. Entrepreneur. See, that's the thing. I learned from Shark Tank. These inventors, they don't let anybody dissuade them.
Yeah.
They just keep going. Not me. I give up quickly. But when we come back, we're going to talk about a book that is going to help you and your children never have to say what we've been saying all month. Man, I should have learned more about that. I didn't even know that was a thing. We'll tell you about that after this on Spanning the State.
Hey, it's the weekend. Take your family to the historic Fox and Hound Supper Club. Half your dinners are free
even on the weekend. WTMJ's John Mercure here. I love the Fox and Hounds, my favorite place. The Friday fish fry is all you care to eat and one of the best. All other dinners are buy one, get one free. Choice steaks, delicious seafood, mouthwatering pasta. The pecan-crusted walleye is so good. All the entrees are buy one, get one free. Desserts, too. Including that chocolate cake. Buy one, get one free. De-stress with an old-fashioned, a Manhattan. They've got 20 great bourbons, over 100 fine wines, and those 8 elegant dining rooms with real wood-burning fireplaces. Fantastic. Saturday night, your second prime rib dinner is free, only at the Fox and Hounds. The magnificent Sunday brunch is all you can eat. Kids and grandkids under 3 eat for free. Wherever you live, it's worth the drive through the Kettle Moraine for your free dinner right near Holy Hill. Call and reserve your free dinner this weekend. FoxandHoundsRestaurant.com.
At the Milwaukee Auto Show, we have a vehicle for almost everything, and we certainly have a vehicle for your thing. The Auto Show has the largest selection of vehicles from different manufacturers all in one place. Baird Center, the 22nd through the 2nd. Buy tickets online, no added fees. AutoShowMilwaukee.com.
I'm Tony Drake from Drake & Associates. Should I delay my Social Security benefits, or should I start taking them right away? The truth is, there's no one-size-fits-all answer. Your decision can impact your income for the rest of your retirement. At Drake & Associates, we help you create a strategy to maximize your benefits so you can make the most of what you've earned. Social Security is just one stop on your retirement-ready roadmap. Take the first step today. Text SS to 414-897-9522 to claim your free retirement toolkit and get a copy of my book, Get Retirement Ready. Don't leave money on the table. Text SS to 414-897-9522.
Drake & Associates is an independent investment advisory firm that offers different investment vehicles. All insurance products are backed by the issuing insurance company. This commercial is provided for informational purposes only.
What we've found is that when you have workers who feel valued, you get better results. This is why good people and good culture should matter to anyone looking for an exterior remodeling company they can trust. It's going to be your experience and the end result that gives you peace of mind, because you'll know your work was done by people who care. We realized early on that if we were going to change the reputation of this industry for the better, that finding good workers that you could trust to do great work was going to be the key. We're attracting good people every day because we take care of our people. We want to make sure they feel important, because they are. And we're going to make sure you feel important and valued too, with excellent customer service and high quality work. This is Brad Youngbluth with Semper Fi Roofing and Exteriors, your local, veteran-owned and operated exterior remodeling company. For your new roof, siding, window and door installation, or masonry work, you can count on Semper Fi to keep you safe, warm, and dry.
We keep you safe, warm, and dry, Semper Fi.
Welcome back to Spanning the State. I'm Kristin Brey.
I'm Brian Noonan, and our new game is coming up in just a couple of minutes, a Spanning the State exclusive called Wisconsin Say What, where we give you the definition of a Wisconsin-centric saying, and then you have to give us the saying. If you want to play the game, be the first ever to play this game, be callers 2 and 3 at 855-616-1620. That's Deciding Unlimited, WTMJ talk and text line. Caller 2 and caller 3 will play this brand new game. Now, during Black History Month, a lot of the stories we've come across, Kristin and I, one or both of us have said, boy, nobody ever taught me about that. I had no idea. Kristin, if I were to ask you, who was the first black person to run for president?
Shirley Grisham.
No. Good guess.
Really?
Yes, good guess. It is George Edwin Taylor, a newspaper editor and labor activist whose political career started in lacrosse.
What?
Yes.
What?
Well, George Taylor is now the focus of a new children's book by an author in lacrosse. It's called A Long Way to Find a Home, George Edwin Taylor as a Child. It's the first in a series of stories by Enduring Family Project, an organization focusing on preserving and sharing African-American history in the Coulee region of western Wisconsin.
Wow.
Yes, so there you go. If he ran in 1904 against Teddy Roosevelt, represented the National Negro Liberty Party, an independent party that had formed that year by African Americans who were frustrated with both Republicans and Democrats. So there, look how much you're learning on the show today.
Third party. Imagine.
Third party. And imagine a third party, even then, unsuccessful. All right. Caller 2 and caller 3, get ready because you are going to play Wisconsin Says What after this on Spanning the State.
Hey, WTMJ's John Mercure here. Hang out with me Saturdays at 1 o'clock. It's the Experience Wisconsin show. We go from north to south, from the Mississippi to Lake Michigan, introducing you to some of the cool places, events, and people that make Wisconsin so super special. This week, a show that I'm really excited about. It is the Greater Milwaukee Automobile Dealers Association show, the Milwaukee Auto Show. We'll talk to an expert from the auto show. They'll tell you what's going on, the new cars, and a whole lot more. It's Experience Wisconsin, Saturdays on WTMJ. It's a super affordable family fish fry Friday at the Mine Chef restaurant in Hartford. WTMJ's John Mercure here. Do not pay $16 or more for your fish fry. The Mine Chef fish fry is just $7.99, and it's all you can eat. You deserve it. After a long week, relax with a cold beverage and a great fish fry. Kids menu starts at $3.99, and they can safely play in that huge game room quietly tucked aside from the dining area while you finish up, maybe have an after-dinner drink. I repeat, hard to believe, the Mine Chef's all-you-can-eat fish fry is $7.99. Desserts are always buy one, get one free. The Mine Chef in beautiful downtown Hartford. And near the EAA in Oshkosh, tons of seating, lots of close parking. Reserve now for your Friday, $7.99 all-you-can-eat fish fry, serving from 11 a.m. Get there early. I love that fish fry. Your Saturday steak dinner is under $20. Sunday brunch under $15. What a value. MineChefRestaurant.com.
Goodyear, Dunlop, Kelly, Continental, General, you name it, we got it.
Plus, free flat tire repair, free tire rotations, and more.
So when you're due for tire service, schedule it at richlawns.com.
That's Rich Lawns with 2 N's.
Rich Lawns. Heiser's Snowy Roads Sweetheart Prices sales event is happening now. Remaining 2024 models are priced to go. Looking for a vehicle that can handle our wintry roads? Get yourself a reliable all-wheel drive that can handle anything winter throws at you. With heated seats to top safety features and our exclusive Safe and Sound program, which includes roadside assistance for life, our vehicles are built to keep you cozy with peace of mind, even when the roads get slick. But hurry, our 2024 models are almost gone. So visit Heiser.com today.
See dealer for complete details.
This change has leveled us up while being able to maintain the same quality of service that we've always provided, with no upfront fees and 1.9% real estate commission. We're proud to be part of the Century 21 family, so you can move fearlessly with the added confidence of top-of-the-line marketing for maximum home exposure. And that means more eyeballs and the real potential for the highest price for your home. This is Angela Calais with Century 21 Benefit Realty, benefit-realty.com, where you pay less for full service. Each office is independently owned and operated. With the ability to market luxury homes on a higher scale than ever before, Century 21 Benefit Realty has taken a huge step forward to tap into a global network of buyers. Maximum exposure to spotlight your unique home with our fine homes and estates marketing so you can sell it for the highest price. And with no upfront fees and 1.9% real estate commission, you win. This is Angela Calais with Century 21 Benefit Realty, benefit-realty.com, where you pay less for full service. Each office is independently owned and operated.
Let's play a game.
Come on down!
How fun!
I'm ready.
Pick me, pick me, pick me. Put on your thinking caps. It's time for the Ha Ha Friday Fun Time Grandiloquent Game Show. Put your heads together and welcome your quizmasters, Kristin Brey and Brian Noonan.
Let's play.
Some weeks you need to end the week in a fun way more than others.
I agree.
So we always play a game at this time of the show on Fridays. And today you get to play, oh my goodness, a brand new game. It is a Spanning the State original. No one has ever played this game before. No one may ever play this game again. Who knows? We'll see how it goes. But Kristin, let's meet our players,
All
shall
right.
we? First, Joel is in Oak Creek. Hello, Joel.
Hello.
Hi,
Hello.
Joel. Did we wake you? Are you okay?
Nope, I'm all right. Actually, it's Joe, J-O-E.
Oh, just one, just no L. Are you sure you don't want to add the L?
No, I'll do without.
Okay, turn your radio down just a little bit, Joe. What do you do in Oak Creek?
I am retired.
Oh, what'd you used to do, Joe?
I was an analyst, inventory analyst.
Inventory analyst, we love that. Have you always lived in Wisconsin? I'm asking you a lot of questions, Joe, so that way we know who's playing.
Yes.
All right.
Always in Wisconsin.
Perfect. You're playing against Steve. He's in Milwaukee. Hello, Steve.
Hi, how you doing?
Well, we're doing great, Steve. How are you doing?
I'm doing.
Oh, you're doing.
Just
making do. That's all right, Steve. What do you do here in Milwaukee?
I'm a retired machinist.
A retired machinist and a retired inventory analyst. Two men who have a lot of time on their hands and who sound like they've said Wisconsin slogans many times. Gentlemen, welcome to the inaugural playing of Wisconsin Says What? What's going to happen is we're going to give you the definition of a Wisconsin saying. You need to then give us the saying. For example, if I were to say to you, when a Wisconsinite is asked if the Bears will beat the Packers, the correct way to answer that in Wisconsin is what? The answer is, yeah, no.
Bears still suck.
Wow. I would have accepted that. but yeah, no. Because people in Wisconsin say yeah, no, or no, yeah, instead of just yes or no. So that's how the game is going to play. First 1 to 5 correct answers, or whoever is leading when time runs out will be our winner. Joe, Steve, do you understand the rules? Are you ready to play the game?
Yes.
All right, here we go. This is very exciting, Kristin.
All right.
Wisconsin Says What?
Wisconsin Says What? Joe, you are going first. The clue is, why did you leave the door open?
Five seconds. We need a guess.
Because it's cold outside.
No. We were looking for, were you born in a barn?
All right, listen, this is a new game. It's going to have some road bumps. That's okay. Steve, we come to you. Steve, instead of yelling out a string of expletives, Wisconsinites curse without cursing. Our ways of excitedly expressing ourselves can be what? 3 possible answers. I will accept any of them. Instead of swearing, what does a Wisconsinite say?
What the fish?
What the fish?
I like that. I almost feel like we should accept it.
What? I have never heard that. What the fish? We'll go to the judges. Do we accept what the fish? Yes.
All right.
Wow. All right. We were looking for either cripes, cheese and rice, or geez Louise. Any of those would have been acceptable.
Any of those would have triggered. All right, Joe, back to you. You might be sitting alone, a sole person hanging out doing nothing, but if a Wisconsinite wants to check in, we'll ask what?
Once again, please.
So you might be sitting alone or a sole person hanging out doing nothing, but if a Wisconsinite wants to check in, we'll ask this.
What you up to?
We're looking for
close.
How we do it.
How we doing? I know. Listen, this seemed easy on paper, but are you guys sure you're from Wisconsin?
Oh yeah.
Oh yeah. All right. You got it. All right. Steve has 1. Joe has nothing. Steve, we're back to you. Joe, when we're hitting the road to head out of town, but are staying in Wisconsin, and we ask you where you're going, we'll almost always tell you what, regardless of what direction we're actually headed.
Up north.
Oh, he got it.
Got it.
We're going up north. Wow. That's good. Very good. Steve on the board with 2. Joe, we got to get you a point.
All right, Joe, what do people in Wisconsin call a soft drink?
Pop.
Got it.
Joe is on the board.
Now we're cooking.
There we go. 2-1. Steve over Joe. All right, Joe, or Steve rather. This iconic Wisconsin saying highlights our quirky inability to say excuse me when trying to pass behind someone.
Pardon me?
Oh, we're looking for oh.
We're looking for oh.
Damn.
All right, Joe, when you're in public and need some water, you look for one of these.
A bubbler.
All right.
Ooh, now we got a game. It's all tied up at 2. Time is getting short, but we look to Steve to break the tie. Steve, when a simple yes isn't sufficient to answer the question, Wisconsinites excitedly make sure to express that they understand with a what? What do they say? They're excited.
I got it.
Oh, I got it.
We're looking for you betcha.
You betcha. You betcha. All right, Joe.
All right, Joe, what has 3 colors, stands at intersections, and helps direct the flow of traffic? Remember, it's specific to Wisconsin.
A street light.
Oh, we're looking specifically at stop and go lights.
Stop and go lights. Stop and go lights. Oh, I'm just hitting the buzzer no matter what. Oh, my goodness. All right, time is up. Time is up. We have a tie. What we're going to do is throw this up to a sudden death. So I'm going to read the question. Joe, Steve, when you think you know the answer, shout out your name, and then we will see if you answer the question. If not, who knows what's going to happen, because this game is proving to be much harder. All right, Joe and Steve, remember, shout out your name if you know the answer to this question. When Wisconsinites need to stop by an ATM for money, they go and visit...
Joe, Steve.
I heard Joe first. Joe?
ATM?
No!
Steve, you
time machine.
No, time machine.
Steve, congratulations. You're the big winner on the inaugural episode of Wisconsin Says What? So you are going to get a valuable WTMJ prize pack. Joe, we appreciate you playing the game. Well done, gentlemen. Have a great day. Steve, hang on the line. We'll get all your information. Have a great weekend, fellas. All
there
right.
we go.
There they go. They're gone. So, all right, now, I thought it was, all of those things sounded easy.
I think, you know what it is? I feel like the sayings, yes, but I feel like the definitions, the definitions were like, it could have been on like a lot of things, but yeah, I would say some of them, I don't think of specifically as Wisconsin.
Really?
Were you born in a barn? That's not as specifically a Wisconsin thing.
Not all of them are going into the Game Hall of Fame. This one, we had a winner. They had fun. They got a couple. Everybody had fun. They got a couple right. So that was fun, but not as fun as a dad joke.
So this morning, this is the actual joke.
Okay, please.
And I was distracted, apparently. So the actual joke is, why did the Scarecrow win an award?
Oh, I know the answer to this.
Yeah, so because he's outstanding in his field.
Yes.
And I swear to God, I posted this video and I thought I got it right. And they said the punchline was because he's excellent in his field. And so I had someone have to be like, was the punchline that you got the punchline wrong? And I was like, no, delete. Just immediately delete. I didn't even repost it. I was too embarrassed.
Well, maybe you can repost it on the way home, because the people in the morning, they won't know. They won't know. All right, the week is over. We gotta start getting ready to get out of here.
All right.
In fact, getting ready to get out of here.
Yeah, we got to get out. Wisconsin's afternoon. They're chomping at the bit. We got to go.
They're in Ria's room. All right, we're out. See you later.
See you on Monday.
WTMJ, W277CV, and WKTI HD2 Milwaukee from the Annex Wealth Management Studios. This is News Radio WTMJ, a good karma brand station.
I'm Kareem Abdul-Jabbar. I learned about atrial fibrillation the hard way. My symptoms would come and go, shortness of breath, fatigue. I kept going. Then I got so lightheaded, I couldn't. My doctor said I have AFib, so I'm about 5 times more likely to have a